I mean, I'm not asking people to be believing Christians. I'm not a believing Christian. But one of the things I say is we are Christians anyway, whether we like it or not, and we're probably finding that out at the moment. I mean, where the hell do people think that human rights came from?
Yeah, right.
I mean, these are things that exist on the embers of Christian thought.
There's something incredibly deep has happened underneath our societies, which we're in, if not in denial about, we don't face up to, which is we're living at a stage where we might be among the first people in human history to have absolutely no explanation for what we're doing here. And no story to tell about what we should do.
It's very hard to live as a complete nihilist. It's very hard to live as somebody who actually believes that there's absolutely no purpose to what we're doing. Now, the crossroads then is, are we hardwired to believe there is meaning and there is meaning, or are we simply meaning-searching beings and there may be no meaning? Now, if we are meaning-seeking beings, it's probably a very bad idea to say we are meaning-seeking beings and there is no meaning. Something intrinsic in us tells us that our lives are not as purposeless as that. But the big void that it opens up is then, what are we doing? And the only thing that can answer that, as I see it, are religions. That doesn't mean that religions are true. It doesn't mean that specific religions are true. But there's no doubt about it, I completely concede the point that the only thing that can address that fully is going to be a religion.
There are things which atheists miss and are, I think, very worried about admitting that they miss. In the secular state, with an atheist mindset, there are some things you miss. Secularism and atheism have all sorts of truths to argue, but their voice is very quiet on many things that matter to many people. The voice of atheism is at least quiet in the face of death, in the face of human tragedy, of suffering. It has very little to say to people who seek, for instance, some kind of reconciliation or forgiveness or repentance, all sorts of things which religious traditions have addressed. Believe it is true or not, religion provided, and I would say provides and will provide in the future, an opportunity for people to ask serious questions about themselves, ask serious questions about the universe and their existence. To quote Larkin, he says in Churchill, "A serious house on serious earth this is, wherein whose blent air all our compulsions meet." Schopenhauer says in his dialogue on religion, he says, "Truth may be like water, it needs a vessel to carry it." We don't have very many vessels. And if you believe that we can go into the 21st century not only saying we don't need a vessel ourselves, but nobody else should have one, I don't believe that would be a period of greater understanding.
So even if people aren't believers, there are things that they can learn from religion and from tradition. And I've always thought that there's one central insight to the Judeo-Christian tradition, which I wish that the social justice warriors bore in mind, and that's the Garden of Eden, and the what Kant would call the crooked timber of humanity. Just to recognise the central truth which is in that tradition and in others, that we're not born in this situation of Rousseauian perfection or goodness. Quite otherwise, we are this very, very contorted being, which is capable of incredible greatness and beauty and kindness and forgiveness. and also capable of their opposites, and that it's not that you are one and other people are the other, but that all of us are both all the time. And so there never is a victory and there never is a win, other than trying to deal with and restrain your own worst impulses in the life that you have.
Totally shallow. Who says, God, I just can't wait to lead my tolerant, diverse life? It answers none of the questions which we as people, as human beings, and as souls ask. And so we have this strange thing where the culture says nothing to you, and it has no reason for what we're doing. We still have a lot of the structure of the Christian faith and the Judeo-Christian religion, but without the answers that it provides. So that we have all of the thing of guilt, but there is no way to alleviate guilt. There is no redemption. There is only a guilt.
I don't say it because of any proselytizing desire. God knows. But I think you cannot take Christianity out of the West and have anything that's recognizable the West. Because, as I've often said, citing the radical atheist priest, theologian Don Cupid, even the dreams we dream are still Christian dreams.
There are a lot of people who say, well, I'm totally opposed to what Islam's doing, and then they say, I'm a secular, rational atheist.
No, they're a secular, rational Christian atheist.
Right.
They may not want to be, but they are.
Yeah.
They still dream Christian dreams.
Yeah.
They still have Christian thoughts and impulses.